Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm gonna actually talk about Jamaica's move of amending the Sexual Offence Act. But before I get into that, I have to address two things. I have to give big thumbs up and big props to Jamaica for having the best stock exchange market in the world for 2018. So I came across an article that put Jamaica's #1 on the world stock market. This is an overwhelming, world-dominating positivity for my country. Obviously, these kind of positive news kind of get lived down real quick, you know, because Jamaica is a small country and it's going up against the world. But we have to take it the way we get it. And Jamaica was and is the #1 stock exchange of the world for 2018. So even though I'm not going to get too much into the stock market and Jamaica's first place position, I just thought I have to address that. And without a doubt, it's obvious what I'm going to be talking about, people. Yes, my merch is here. My merch is in hand. My merch store is online, and without a doubt, I wanted to be one of the first customer to my shop. If I'm promoting a brand, it's only right that I actually wear my brand. So this is actually the front of the shirt. The back of it, it's got sharing knowledge on the back. Let me show you guys real quick. It's like that. Let's hope it's actually showing, because when my back is turned, I can't obviously see what's going on. So today I'm going to be talking about the move that Jamaica is making to amend the Sexual Offence Act. But considering that, this kind of like drew my interest, because they're trying to say now that sexual intercourse in marriages in Jamaica can be interpreted and will be upheld in court if a complaint is filed that the husband raped the wife or the wife raped the husband. You know how it is. In reality, the word rape is a two-way street, even though in most cases is the male raping the female. But in respect of the law and in respect of the word rape, you have to respect it that there can be a case where the woman can rape the man. I've heard it. Have you ever heard it? I've heard it. But without speaking bias on this subject, it's only right that I get a female involved. And that female just happened to be my wife, who is actually wearing my merch as well. Yes. So without a doubt, stand up a little bit so they can see. This is the female flowy top.
Yeah. It's a vest top.
Yeah, it's a vest top. ENT Sebas, of course, my logo, and sharing knowledge. Without a doubt, I have had to have my own model. You know? So
that's what I'm here for.
You know, we're talking about the Jamaican move to amend the Sexual Offence Act, and where Olivia Babsy Grange is trying to get the Jamaican government to amend the act where marital sex can in some case be defined as rape. So I'm gonna share my 2 cents in it, and then I want you to, you know, what I deliberately didn't have a pre-discussion with my wife, so I don't know her mindsets on it. So that way it's not pre-programmed, right? You know, so I didn't sway her one way or another. Yeah. So this is how I feel about it. First and foremost, when it comes to marriage is a legal agreement. You know, it is like a contract.
A sacred thing, yes.
It's a sacred thing when we're looking at it on the spiritual aspect of things. But when we're thinking about it on a government level, marriage is just merely a contract like any other contract. Right. It's a mutual contract. But as you guys know, there are a variation of marriages. You understand? So when I first heard the news, my thing was, I can't so much speak from our point of view, because if I think that you and I have sex and it could be considered rape, to me that's just ridiculous. You understand?
Yes, it is, because, for example, what's going through my head right now is that you could come home drunk one night,
right,
and you know, you could be very drunk and you stumble on the bed and you say, oh, you know, come on, let's have sex, yes, you know. Right. And I could be not in the mood, and I could be going like, no, I'll be disgusted by you, smell of alcohol,
right,
get off me.
Right.
But then you force yourself on me anyway.
Right. And
that's going to be considered as rape.
Right, that means I raped you, and I could be prosecuted for that under the law.
That's going to cause problem in the marriage. You must really dislike your husband, to do that.
Right, this is where I was going with my train of thought. My train of thought is that based on the health of our relationship, I could not see any of our sexual encounters be defined as rape.
No.
But then take it away from us, where you got people that's being married for green card, that you got people that you got being married for business. So marriage is still marriage. You understand? This is why I brought up the contract part of it.
Right.
You understand? Because I think the minute I say marriage to you, you kind of thought of it as us in love, people who are in love.
I'm trying to think, of course, because I mean, I also did think about, what if you're in an abusive relationship and the woman is being abused every day, she's being raped every night or whatever. In that case, I understand that, you know, it could be held up in court that, you know what, you're married, but he did rape you because he also abused you physically and mentally.
Right. So this is how I feel about the amendment.
Yeah.
If you're truly in love and married, the amendment of this law is irrelevant to you.
Exactly.
You understand? It doesn't matter. Go ahead and amend it. You know? Yeah. So if you're in love, it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
However, I don't think the law cares whether or not you're in love. The law cares whether or not both of you sign that paper.
Exactly.
That's the contract. So there's a lot of people that got into marital contract for different reasons.
Exactly. And like you said, green card or...
And because there's no love in it, I could see where rape could be validated. So take away that piece of paper, they're just a man and a woman, you know.
Yeah, but that could put the man on tender hooks, you know, like, oh, you know.
Yeah, well, I think what I'm trying to say here is people should be married out of love.
Exactly.
Because if they're married out of love, then an amendment like this wouldn't scare them. No. But at the same time, you and I are married out of love.
Yeah.
But the amendment bothers me because, as you were saying, there was some empowerment there for one party over another. Yeah, exactly. You know, let's face it, you've got some wives out there that could just be petty and be like, you know what, considering that is a law now, that consensual sex that we had yesterday, I'm going to say it was rape.
Yeah, it could be a matter of fact that she thought, oh, you're cheating on me, or I heard that you was with this woman last night.
Perfect.
And come home and then, you know, say,
let's have sex.
Yes. And all the evidence is there.
Yeah, I mean, semen tracks and everything is there.
Exactly.
So I think now that you have said that, I would say no. If you marry someone, then you gave them kind of a consent of being your sexual partner. So. See why I love this girl? Come to think of it, I'm going to put my vote in now.
Yes.
If you're married, I don't care if you got married for green card, for opportunity, if you got married for anything outside of love, that person have a legal right to have sex with you.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going to go with. So I think now that I've given it fair thought, it's ridiculous to say your husband raped you or your wife raped you.
But I mean, we've discussed those exceptional circumstances, which does happen, like the abusive relationship.
Okay, added a clause to that. If we're going to go forward with amending this bill, you say if there has been previous criminal complaint of abuse, or if there has been a mutual understanding of separation, you understand? So if there has been some proof of she being abused, or hey, you got some big woman out there, you know, she can abuse him as well.
Of course.
You know? So if there has been any established fact of abuse, then rape can be justified.
Exactly.
And definitely if there has been separation, let's say they've been living in different homes.
Exactly, yes. Because we know people who are married and still married but are living in separate lives, separate states maybe, and the case may be that the man would come back and demand sex.
Because you are technically my wife.
Yeah.
So I do believe that with those clauses, that if there's been proof of abuse, evidence of abuse, and if there's separation, then the man relinquished his right to have sex with the woman, and the woman also have relinquished her right having sex with man, and they both can cry rape in that situation.
Exactly.
That's pretty much all I have to say about this situation, people. Let me know how you feel about it. Let me know if you agree with us. Let me know if you agree with my initial view to my joint view with my wife.
Exactly. Or if there's something else that you think of that we haven't discussed.
Right. You know, a few of one subscriber in particular asked me to put your wife more on the channel, talk about couples thing, and you know, it'd be nice to have a female point of view.
Exactly.
You know, so before I go, I have to big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
I want to big up Evelyn D for always commenting, always shouting out to me and my wife, you know, and without a doubt, I want to big up Karen Williams. And last but not least, I want to big up Joy, who sent a special hello to Lady Ian. Here she is in true color. So that's it, people. That's it, people. So that's it for now, people. Until next time, as you know, on this channel, I accept thumbs up and thumbs down. I accept agreement and disagreement because what?
Each one teach one.
Until next time, people.
Peace.
Peace.